Have you ever wondered how billionaires think and act when it comes to money? It looks like they have a secret manual that leads them to gain unattainable riches for most of us, right? But the truth is that the formula for achieving financial success is more within your reach than you think. And no, it's not about luck. It is about daily practices, intelligent choices, and especially the right mindset. If you want to transform your financial life and start walking toward true prosperity, then this video is for you. Billionaires know that true wealth does not come from working anymore or earning more, but from working more intelligently and focusing right. What do they do differently? How can they turn opportunities into empires? The secret is in the financial habits they cultivate daily. Best of all, you can start applying them right now in your own life. In this video, I will share with you the 10 financial habits of the billionaires you must adopt to achieve extraordinary results. Get ready to change your mindset and start creating the financial life you have always dreamed of. Before we start, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so you don't lose any valuable tips. Now, let's go to the habits that can transform your life. The way you deal with debt can be a watershed on your financial journey. In the world of billionaires, there's a clear distinction between good debt and poor debt. Good debt is the one used to finance assets that will generate return in the future. This includes, for example, loans used to expand a business or purchase properties that will generate a source of passive income. Billionaires like Elon Musk, for example, are not afraid to straighten, but they do it for a clear purpose to finance innovations like Tesla. The poor debt is one that does not generate return, such as credit card debt or personal loans for consumption. This may even provide immediate pleasure, but it turns out to be a snowball. If you stop to think, a billionaire like Warren Buffett would never spend money by financing a luxury or a lifestyle beyond your needs. Instead, he uses his good debt to invest in long-term companies and assets. The secret to understanding the difference lies in the purpose of the debt. When looking for good debt, you are basically buying an asset that, over time, will value or generate a source of passive income. This is the mindset that separates billionaires from millionaires. Good debt can be used, for example, to invest in a package of stocks of high-value companies, while poor debt only generates interest and a constant headache. If you want to build wealth, you need to start looking at debt strategically. Now, think about it. How much are you using your debts? Are you looking for financing to grow or just to consume? Reflect on how you can start directing your resources to debt that can generate return and leave behind those that only drain your finances. Like Musk and Buffett, use the debt to your advantage and turn it into an ally for your wealth. The true richness of billionaires is not only in high salaries, but in their equity participation. Settlement or equity is what allows the construction of long-term wealth. Instead of content with high-value salaries, these billionaires buy shares or become partners of companies that will generate earnings over the years. Bill Gates, for example, did not become billionaire just for his salary at Microsoft, but for the huge shareholding he had since the company's beginning. This is what transforms someone from a simple employee into a true owner of an empire. Settlement is a way for you to become a part of the future of a company, which means that as it grows, you grow as well. Unlike a fixed salary, which rarely varies except for inflation or bonus, equity allows its assets to be valued exponentially. Best of all, without having to change more time for money. You don't have to be a genius to understand this. You just need to start investing, even in small quantities, to start accumulating these participation. Companies like Amazon, founded by Jeff Bezos, would not have been what they are today without the long-term vision that shareholding participation offers. Bezos built his fortune not only with his salary, but especially with his actions in the company. Moral here is simple: start thinking as an owner. Invest in business or even startups, whether a strategic partner, and let time work for you. Do not let your yield limited only to what you earn at the end of the month. Remember, the key to true wealth is in equity participation. It's not enough just to exchange hours for money. You need to start investing in assets that grow on your own. And actions are one of the most powerful ways to do this. Are you ready to start? Billionaires know that the secret to increasing wealth is not just making money, but how to maintain and protect that money. Fiscal optimization is a strategy that involves the legal use of tax structures to minimize taxes and maximize earnings. Many billionaires, such as Warren Buffett and Elon Musk, use structures like LLCs, limited liability companies, or trusts to protect their assets and reduce the tax burden, all within legality. These structures offer a great benefit, the possibility of paying less taxes while protecting assets and facilitating the distribution of profits. In addition, fiscal optimization allows you to maximize your capital gains. The concept here is simple. Instead of removing profits from the company and paying high taxes, it is smarter to reinvest these profits either in other businesses or the expansion of what has already been built. This movement not only increases your wealth, but you also put you on the way to compound growth where income accumulates exponentially. The key is to take advantage of the tax incentives that exist and use them to create a continuous growth cycle. Another essential point of fiscal optimization is to understand how taxes can be minimized through intelligent investments. For example, contributing to retirement accounts or investing in long-term goods can bring immediate tax benefits. This is something billionaires do with mastery. They do not pay unnecessary taxes and use strategies to protect their finances while generating new cash flows. By adopting a fiscal optimization mindset, you start to see your money differently. It's not just about winning, but also about protecting and reinvesting intelligently. Like billionaires, you can make decisions that will over time result in a significantly lower tax burden. Are you ready to put this into practice and start protecting your assets? Billionaires do not lay all eggs in the same basket. Income diversification is one of the smartest strategies they use to reduce risk and increase their sources of revenue. Having multiple sources of income means that even if one of your investments fails, you still have other options generating cash flow. Oprah Winfrey, for example, was not limited to her career as a TV presenter. It has expanded its mark to wellness products, digital media, and other strands, creating various sources of recipe that together solidified their position as one of the richest women in the world. Diversifying income does not only mean investing in shares or real estate, but also seeking business opportunities in different areas. You may want to start a business, invest in startups, or even create a digital content channel. Diversification allows you to have the freedom to explore various options without putting your financial future at risk. Each new source of income is an opportunity to protect your money from the volatility of a specific industry or industry. Also, when you start diversifying, you are building a cash flow system. Instead of depending on a single salary or a single source of revenue, you start creating a passive income portfolio. Over time, these flows can multiply, and you can reinvest your profits in new projects or assets that continue to generate money by creating a continuous growth cycle. So think about the long run. Invest in various types of assets. Seek business opportunities that complement your main source of income and always reinvest your profits. Like billionaires, you can also build a solid base of various sources of income, which provides more security and more growth. Are you ready to start your journey of diversification? If there is one thing that billionaires do with mastery, it is controlling the cash flow. They know that without good financial control, even the biggest empires can crumble. Rigorously monitoring their income and expenses is essential to ensure that profits are well allocated and that money does not flow through the fingers. Sam Zell, a successful investor, was one of the most striking examples of this. During the 2008 financial crisis, he knew how to take advantage of chaos and invest in undervalued assets, all because he had a well-structured cash flow and sufficient emergency reserves to act quickly. For you, controlling cash flow means having a clear view of how much you get in and how much you get out of your account every month. This can be done with a simple spreadsheet or even with financial management tools. The point here is not only to monitor expenses, but also optimize revenues and ensure that the money you get well used. The more organized you are, the easier it will be to make strategic financial decisions, such as investing or increasing your reserves. In addition, A controlled cash flow is the basis for creating a solid emergency reserve. The crisis comes to everyone at some point, be a drop in the market, an unexpected expense, or an economic recession. But if you have emergency reserves and effective control of your cash flow, you can deal with any situation without losing the way. This, in turn, gives them the confidence necessary to make bold decisions and grow, just as they made big names in history, such as Warren Buffett, who took advantage of the 2008 crisis to make strategic investments. Controlling cash flow is a first step towards solid financial health. This does not just mean cutting costs, but intelligently allocating your resources, ensuring that you have enough to invest, grow, and prosper. Are you ready to have full control of your finances and take every opportunity that arises? Contrary thinking is one of the best-kept secrets of billionaires. In times of crisis, while most run to the exit door, they are strategically thinking about taking advantage of opportunities. Warren Buffett, for example, was famous for taking advantage of the 2008 crisis to buy shares of companies that were temporarily undervalued. He knew that crises are only passing moments, and that great investment opportunities arise when the market is panicked and emotions are on the flower. This type of countercurrent mindset is fundamental for those who want to build wealth in a sustainable way. Instead of selling when everyone is selling and the market is falling, you should stay calm and look for good buying opportunities. Liquidity, that is, the money available to take advantage of these opportunities, is what separates those who thrive from those who survive. Having a well-structured cash reserve or emergency bottom ensures that you can act quickly when most are taken by fear. Moreover, contrary thinking and seizures is not only about being opportunistic, it is also about being resilient. The crises, though painful, offer valuable lessons and crucial moments to learn and adapt. Many billionaires lost money before making big fortunes, but most importantly, they learned during these difficult periods. They have a long-term vision and know that even in difficulty, it is possible to get stronger, as was the case with Jeff Bezos during the 2000 recession, who used the crisis to strengthen Amazon. If you start adopting the opposite thinking, you will realize that crises can be disguised opportunities. But for that, you need to have patience, financial resilience, and, of course, the liquidity needed to take advantage of the moment. If you learn to think like billionaires, you can see what they see and act when others are paralyzed, prepared to enjoy the next crises instead of being taken by surprise. Delegating is not just a way to release time, but an essential strategy for the success of any billionaire. When you become a leader, you quickly learn that time is your most precious good, and therefore you need to focus on activities that really generate value. Mark Zuckerberg, for example, knew how to delegate operational functions within the goal so that he could focus on the company's growth and innovation. This allows him to have time to think strategically and make decisions that really impact the company's future. By delegating tasks, you can also optimize your resources and enjoy the best of your team. It's not just a matter of doing more in less time, but of using other people's potential to complement their skills. If you have a parallel business or projects, starting to delegate operational functions may be what is missing to scale your work and increase your productivity. This applies to both administrative tasks and specific actions in areas where you do not have the necessary expertise. In addition, delegating also involves automation. Many repetitive tasks can be automated through digital tools, which saves even more time and energy. The owner's mindset is present here by automating or outsourcing low-priority activities. You can focus your focus to what really matters, such as long-term strategies and growth. And over time, this kind of smart delegation creates a solid base for a more efficient business or financial life. Delegating intelligently is an essential step in multiplying your time and maximizing your results. When you start to release space to focus on more impact actions, you begin to see your business and financial life more strategically. Are you ready to stop being the make and start becoming the strategist behind success? For billionaires, one of the keys to success is how to create and nourish strategic connections. Networking goes beyond making contacts. It is about building solid relationships with people who can add mutual value. During the pandemic, many billionaires have come together to discuss solutions, exchange insights, and even create new businesses. The ability to collaborate with others, especially with influential people, is a differential that can open doors to opportunities you didn't even imagine. It's not about who you know, but how you can help you know and thus generate a cycle of mutual benefits. When you start investing in your networking, you need to keep in mind that quality is much more important than quantity. Instead of trying to accumulate as many contacts as possible, focus on building genuine and high-value relationships. If you begin to interact with people who have the same mindset and long-term vision, you will soon be surrounded by a circle of influences that can help you achieve your goals. This can be a mentoring, a business partnership, or even a new investment that comes from a casual conversation. In addition, strategic connections need not be limited to the business world. Great billionaires, such as Richard Branson, know that collaboration can come from different areas and even unusual places. Your networking can include people from different industries, cultures, and with different points of view. The important thing is to keep an open mind to learning and always be willing to contribute something valuable to others. This constant exchange creates a continuous growth ecosystem. Therefore, instead of treating networking as superficial, start thinking about it as an exchange of value. Be willing to invest in the other, to help listen, and, most importantly, to build lasting ties. Over time, these connections become amazing sources of opportunity. Are you ready to expand your network strategically and transformatively? Failure is a fertile ground for learning and adaptation, and billionaires know that very well. Instead of seeing a failure as an obstacle, they face her as an opportunity for growth. Richard Branson, for example, is known for ending several businesses that didn't work out, but he has always been quick to learn from errors and move on. The famous fail fast concept is essential for those who want to grow, especially in a competitive environment. This means that instead of insisting on an idea that is not working, you must quickly learn from the error and adjust the route. Learning with failure does not only mean accepting that things went wrong, but also to analyze what went wrong, why, and how to improve. This opposite mindset, where you do not cling to error, but uses it as a learning tool, is what separates billionaires from ordinary people. They know that each failure is a chance to refine their strategies and achieve even greater success in the future. The most important thing is not to allow the fear of failure to paralyze you. True failure happens when you give up trying. Also, testing small-scale ideas can be an effective way to minimize risks. It is not necessary to invest large sums in something that can fail. Start small, make adjustments quickly, and learn from the results. This approach allows you to find out what works without losing much money or time, which is a common practice among large investors and entrepreneurs. The fail fast can actually be a successful method of success. If you adopt the mindset of learning from failure, you will start seeing opportunities where you once saw limitations. Each error, every fall, will teach you something new, and over time you'll become stronger, smarter, and more prepared to achieve success. Are you ready to embrace failure as part of your path to success? Billionaires are masters of thinking in the long run, and this mindset is one of the main reasons why they can build huge fortunes. While many are obsessed with immediate results, they know that true success comes with patience, consistency, and a clear view for the future. Jeff Bezos, for example, focused on Amazon's sustainable growth without worrying about the short-term profits. He knew that if he strategically investing, the return would come over the years, not from one quarter to the next. The key is in investing and building something that is real and lasting value. Having a long-term vision does not only mean planning the future, but also making decisions that are difficult in the present, but essential to future success. This includes reinvesting profits in their own business, always seeking improvement, and especially having patience when things don't happen as quickly as we would like. It is this ability to see beyond the immediate horizon that allows billionaires to build legacies, not just full companies or bank accounts. Long-term vision also helps to focus on what really matters. In a world full of distractions and noise, many are lost in short-term strategies that may seem promising but do not generate real growth. For you, this means being disciplined and persistent in your financial goals, ignoring the temptations of quick gains, and focusing on creating a solid base that will expand over time. Compounding compound growth is a great example of this. It works like a snowball that gains strength and size as time goes by. Therefore, adopting a long-term vision is vital for those who want to achieve extraordinary results. Believe me, success does not happen overnight, but through a continuous and disciplined process. If you start acting today with your look for the future, you will soon be reaping the fruits you are doing now. Are you ready to think and invest as a billionaire, aiming in the long run, now that you know the 10 billionaire financial habits? The question is, what are you going to do with this information? Putting these strategies into practice can not only transform your financial life, but also change the way you think about money and success. Remember, the key is starting, even gradually. With each step, you will be closer to achieving your financial goals and building the life you have always dreamed of. If you have only applied one or two of these tips, you'll be ahead of many who continue with the same limiting financial habits. But if you go beyond and adopt these practices in your daily life, the sky is the limit. Transformation comes with consistency and long-term focus. So what are you going to do now? Are you ready to take the first step and apply these habits? Don't wait any longer, start today. And don't forget, if you want more content like this, with practical tips to transform your financial mindset, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. This way you will follow everything we have prepared to help you get closer to your goals. We see each other in the next video.